If you want to create realistic smoke in Photoshop fast, this tutorial is going to walk you through a simple, effective method that works great for photos, posters, and creative composites. By the end, you'll know how to build smoke from scratch using Photoshop's built-in filters, distortions, and masking tools. If you find this helpful, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more Photoshop tutorials just like this one. Alright, let's jump into it. The first thing we need is a dark base, because smoke shows up best when it has contrast behind it. So go ahead and create a new layer above your image. With that layer selected, choose the Paint Bucket tool by pressing G, then fill the layer with black. Once that's done, go up to the top of the Layers panel and change the blend mode to Screen. Now this is important. The Screen blend mode hides black and keeps the lighter areas visible, which is exactly what we want. So even though the layer is filled with black, once we start building the smoke shape, only the bright texture will show through and the black will disappear into the image underneath. Next, we're going to create the foundation of the smoke using noise. Before we do that, press D on your keyboard to reset your colors to the default black and white. This makes sure Photoshop is using the standard foreground and background tones we need. Now select the lasso tool with L and draw a rough vertical selection where you want the smoke to rise. Don't worry about making it perfect. In fact, the more organic and uneven it looks, the better. Real smoke is never a perfect shape, so just sketch something loose and natural, like a drifting column or a soft upward trail. Once your selection is in place, go to the top menu and choose Filter, then Render, then Clouds. Photoshop will fill that selected area with a cloudy texture, which gives us the raw material for the smoke effect. After that, press Ctrl and D on Windows or CMD and D on your Mac to deselect the area and remove the marching ants. At this point, it probably looks more like a block of cloudy texture than actual smoke, and that's completely normal. The next step is what starts turning it into something realistic. Go to Filter, then Blur, then Gaussian Blur. Set the radius somewhere between 10 and 20 pixels, depending on the size and resolution of your image. If you're working on a larger canvas, you may need a higher value. You want the cloudy edges to soften and melt together into a foggy, smooth haze. When it looks soft enough, click OK. Now we'll stretch and shape the smoke so it begins to rise naturally. Press Ctrl and T on Windows or CMD and T on Mac to bring up Free Transform. Then right-click inside the transform box and choose Warp. This is where the smoke starts to come alive. Pull the bottom corners inward so the base becomes narrower and more concentrated. Then drag the top anchors upward and slightly outward to create a rising plume shape. You're basically guiding the smoke into a more vertical, floating movement. Take your time here and adjust the curve until it feels natural. Once it looks good, press Enter to confirm the transformation. Now we're going to add the wispy motion that makes smoke feel realistic. Go to Filter, then Distort, then Wave. Set the type to sine. Adjust the number of generators to 2 or 3, then play with the wavelength and amplitude sliders until the shape starts to ripple into thin, flowing ribbons. You do not need extreme settings here. In fact, subtle movement often looks more realistic than a heavy distortion. You want the smoke to separate into soft tendrils and drifting strands, not become overly chaotic. Once it looks right, click OK. If you want to soften that distortion even more, there's a great optional step here. Immediately press Ctrl, Shift, and F on Windows or CMD, Shift, and F on Mac to open the Fade dialog. Lower the opacity to around 50%. This lets the wave effect blend in more gently, which can help the smoke look smoother and more natural. Now for one of the most important finishing steps, cleanup and blending. At the bottom of the Layers panel, click the Layer Mask icon, which looks like a rectangle with a circle inside. This gives you a non-destructive way to hide parts of the smoke without erasing anything permanently. Select the Brush tool with B, choose a large soft-edged brush and set your foreground color to black. Then lower the brush opacity to around 30%. With the mask selected, lightly paint over the outer edges and the bottom of the smoke to fade it out into the background. This helps the smoke look like it's dispersing naturally into the air instead of ending abruptly. If the smoke still feels too bright or too strong, simply go to the layer's main opacity slider and reduce it to around 60%. This lets more of your original image show through and helps the smoke blend in with the surrounding scene. And that's the basic process for making smoke in Photoshop. You started with a black screen layer, built a cloudy foundation, blurred and warped it into shape, added a wave distortion for motion, and finished it off with masking and opacity adjustments for realism. Once you practice this a few times, you'll be able to create all kinds of smoke effects for portraits, posters, fantasy edits, and dramatic compositions. You can also duplicate the layer and vary the blur, warp, or opacity to create multiple smoke plumes with different shapes and depth. If this tutorial helped you, please give it a like, subscribe for more Photoshop tips, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next edit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.